Hello, hello, hello. Uh, is everything okay now? Please let me know, guys. I don't know why it's giving me a problem, but hopefully it's fixed now. Would love to know if it's fine. Please let me know in the chat. It's definitely a problem on the software side because I tested three mics and everything was fine. And what I did now was just I closed my OBS and I opened it again. Like I didn't do anything brilliant. So it's this Windows and OBS which is like having bugs. So nothing from my end, guys. It could happen uh, without any reason. It could happen. Thanks, Akhil. Good to know that it's all good. Chalo. So let's get back to the games now. Let's get back to the games. Uh, so many things have happened, and I think we were not alone in today's technical problems because the games also started like 10 minutes late. I fixed the board now. Yeah, it's definitely OBS problem. All good though. Chalo. देर आए दुरुस्त आए. Indeed. So this current position today, okay, I mean Caruana lost the first match against Carlsen 2 days ago. So that's why he needs to win. He needs this win. Otherwise, he'll be disqualified. Disqualified, I mean, like he'll be knocked out. Sorry, that's the right word. Video is not private, it's public. I don't know. And the start doesn't seem to go well for Caruana. Right now, he's kind of worse. So, like, many times I noticed that, I just tell you guys that it's worse position, but I don't think it's really um helping you learn something. So it's better that we ask each other like why is this position worse. I mean, don't type it in the chat. Ask as in like internally you can ask yourself, why is it worse. So have a look at it. First of all, you when you try to assess the position, you can see that the material is equal. Both sides have the same material, but the main difference here is the quality of the pieces. For example, black has a bishop which is quite active in a way, like it could go to g7, and one of the reasons is that this pawn on c4 is quite weak, so it could be easily attacked and it could be vulnerable. And in the future there is a possibility that you can put the bishop on g7, just run down this a pawn. So for this, like whenever we professionals see the position, it's like intuitive. We instantly feel it that it's good for black, but it's very hard to break down the process. What happens? Volume is low. Okay, now it must be better. I hope so. Who is coming today? Narayan, nobody's coming today. Like I'll be streaming alone today. Although tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. we'll have a session with a sports psychologist and Soumya about mental toughness and mental health in this COVID-19 times. So if any one of you, if they are interested, please do watch it. So Bishop G7 played. Very logical move, just bringing the bishop in the game. And today, guys, I thought we can do something different, that instead of like many times we have like a very chill stream, right? So I don't know if it's interesting for you guys, but we could do more of the chess stuff, like analyze the positions a little bit more in detail than usual. Like I think there are many of you who want to improve the game, so it would make sense if we analyze the games as well, and it would help you. I hope so. So I hope it's okay if we take a different approach today than the usual. So Queen E7 played. Okay. Mm, like I'm also trying to analyze this position, and I don't like the engine bar. So we can also change something, that we will remove the analysis bar. Okay, this way it makes it more fun. So we don't have the engine. So engine gives the ready-made analysis, like it shows why a move is better and everything, like, sorry, it just shows that black is better. This way you don't think for yourself. And today I want us to, like, learn a little bit. So let's try to think for ourselves. We know that black is better, and let's try to analyze it. And eventually, after the games are over, what we can do is we can conclude by going back and see if our analysis was good at all or not. So this would be a lot of fun. So many of the conclusions which we make, like even I'll be making, could be wrong. Our analysis could be wrong. So that's the fun. We'll find out later on that if that's the beauty of the game. It's good, okay to be wrong. Nobody has mastered the game. Yeah, mastered chess. Or if you want, I can put a separate board where the engine analysis is there. Like, you can see the evaluation bar and stuff like this if you want that. Let's see, it's an option. So right now knight d4 was played. I immediately sense a difference because I used to see the engine and I know I could explain the position, but right now I have to think. So I'm more like in the player's shoes right now. So it's completely different. Now I have to think. I just cannot say that queen c5 is the best move with authority, right? I have to think about it. So knight d4 is played. So rook b6 is a threat. I mean, the first move which comes to my mind right now is queen c5 to attack c4 and the knight. So what we can do, actually, we let's say if we predict a move and something completely drastically different happens, we check with engine. That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. So we make our own conclusions, then we check it. So queen d6 is played. Okay, it also seems logical. But queen c5 I think probably, after queen c5, he did not want to go into endgame. He didn't want to go to rook b5. Hey Ayushi, that's such a sweet message. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ayushi. How are you doing? Yeah, there were a lot of technical glitches, and kind of like it pissed me off. But when you look at it, it's such a small problem, right? And technical problems happen all the time. So there's nothing to be upset about. So it's great to see you here, and I hope I am grateful to you guys that you're watching it, because that's the motivation for me to do it more often. So I am grateful, actually. Thank you once again. So queen c5, rook b5, and he didn't want to go into this rook endgame, I feel, because okay, black could be a pawn up. He has an extra pawn. But at the same time, if you put the rook there, there are a lot of drawing chances. So I feel that that's what he wanted to avoid. That's why he went to queen d6. Now you cannot force that. Maybe queen b5 is an option to give up this pawn. Okay, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. The other moves which come to my mind are knight e2, but I intuitively feel that it's not a good move because it allows queen d3, and it just feels a little bit scary to remove the knight, which is like your best piece kind of in the position. He does go queen b3, like a better way or another way of going queen b5. So what Caruana is really saying that, okay, my position is worse, but my best chance right now is to give a pawn and go for the endgame. Yeah, I've on purpose removed the bar, but I think you can see the time. The time is visible, I suppose. And recently I was watching a video which made a lot of sense. So nowadays what happens is we get ready-made answers, right? We get ready-made answers and we just believe it. But the real improvement happens is when you question things, or you think for yourself. That's the most important. So if you think for yourself, that's when the game will improve. If I just tell you, okay, this is good, this is bad, this is good, this is bad, you might get some information, but you'll not make huge progress. So we can try a different format where we are trying to improve. I think many of you guys are asking for the analysis bar, but okay, I can put a separate board for it. I can make it happen so that you at least see the bar. Sure, we can do that. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, after the few moves, let's do it. Bishop d4. Now instead of taking on d4, okay, at this moment I was thinking if white could play rook d1, pinning the queen. How would black react? Isn't this possible? I'm getting so many mixed opinions about bar, the engine analysis bar. Okay, guys, what I'll give you is you can have a look at the. I'll paste the link, so you can have the engine evaluation there. So you also get to know the engine evaluation while I explain the moves, right? That would be great. I think it works for both of us. I've sent you the link for the games, so you can see it. It would be great. So rook d1. I'm wondering why he didn't go rook d1. You could just pin the queen, right? It doesn't seem so easy. Hmm. Okay, we'll have to come back to this point. So if I was looking at this game with engine, I wouldn't think for myself. And now I'm questioning, like rook d1. Okay, why he didn't play it? What's the reason? And now I'm making my mind work. Oh, time not seen. Time is not seen because I'm analyzing the game, guys. That's why the time will not be seen. Okay, anyways, they went into an endgame. h4. So in many of the, I think many of you know, but it's very important to play this move h4, because black's general idea is to play g5. So king f8, and white played rook a7 to stop the king from coming. King g7, rook a6. So he's just waiting around. Now the main idea for black in this position is to bring his king over here so that he can push his pawn further. And white is trying to stop that. In general, most of these games end in a draw, this rook end games. But of course, it's not easy to analyze, not easy to play with white side. So there is a chance that Caruana might lose. Thanks, Surya Prasad. I thought, okay, let's try to do something different, right? It'll also become there will be a new flavor to the stream. Rook c1, king g2. Okay, he wants to put the rook behind the pawn, and he'll push the pawn to a3, so that in general in these endgames it's never a good idea, almost never, to put the pawn on a2. So for example, let's make some random moves. Okay, rook a6, h2. Okay, now the rook cannot move, the pawn cannot move. If the rook moves, you take it. So the basic idea is you want to bring the king, but always now white will start giving checks from behind. Another check. If the king comes here, another check. So there is no escape, right? But if in the same position with pawn on a3, if you bring the king, for example, and if you give checks, you have this extra square on a2. So that's why the pawn will always be pushed to a3 and not on a2. So it's a very basic idea, but I'm just trying to explain it in as simplistic terms as possible. Um. Okay, so let me go back to the game. So this is the position. Yeah, white. I think black will almost never play pawn to a2. Thank you, Sahil. That's very sweet, and I hope you're enjoying the streams. Thank you, Sahil Basin. Thank you. Um, how to destroy Bodler attack? Sorry, Akash, I don't know what is Bodler attack. I probably have to look it up. Hey, Spidey Spider Man, good to see. Good to see you too, man. Today. Thank you, Arpit. Thank you, Anup. Sure, I can help you out, Anup, with it with the streaming process. No worries. Probably it's not so tough. If you even if you just Google it, it's very easy. It's very easy. The main thing is you need to be motivated to stream. That's all. Hey Deepak, I loved your artwork. I loved your artwork, and hence I shared it. It was very good. Thank you for doing that. Okay, let's get back to the games now. Yeah, I think I probably say position. See, if even if I put the bar, I can show you the bar. It will not make a big difference. It will show black is better by like -1 or something. Yeah, you see the bar right now? Oh, probably you don't see it because I've hidden it. So you see the bar. It will show -1, but you know, it doesn't make any difference. The question is if black can win this. So white basically has to wait. He cannot do much. And the question is, how do you wait? Like, do you put the king on g3 or do you give check? Very interesting to think about. By the way, after king g3, probably black will bring the king. So black's plan is to kick the rook away so that he can come here. So king e8. Very interesting to think about this. I wouldn't be 100% sure that it's going to be a draw. I wouldn't be sure. Hey Ajinkya, so nice to see that you have increased from 600 to 1000 in 2 months. And don't settle for it, man. Go ahead, keep going. Cross Samay. Uh, and please go ahead. Go ahead with your chess. I wish you all the best, man. How can I play a game of chess? Narayan, to be honest, I haven't really planned like playing with subscribers or something like this because of shortage of time. But it's definitely in my to-do list to uh, to do that. And once I arrange it, some format, we can definitely do it. But right now, I haven't made any concrete plans because I have lot of things on my plate right now. Okay, I think this is the position. The time, okay, okay. He has given this pawn on f7, which I found a bit strange. So what's the idea? Let's think about it. Okay, rook f1. Yeah. Now the threat is to play a2, a1. You couldn't just play king g2 attacking the rook because you could play a2 and it would be a queen. So after king h2, king d8, rook f7, black played rook f1. White is forced to attack the pawn, otherwise it would be pushed. So rook a7. Now you take this pawn on f2. Probably king g3 will be played. And now you have to bring the rook back to a2. Wait, this looks like a draw to me. Just a simple draw. Wait, what? This looks like a very simple draw to me because now if you put rook to a2, you just take this pawn on h7 and black doesn't have time to push a2 and give check or something like that. So probably Carlsen made a mistake somewhere. Rook a2, rook h7. Did this happen in the game or not yet? Probably not yet. The games are still. Oh, okay, it did happen. Okay, now rook to a7 back. Just attack this pawn. King g2, king e8. Okay, it's a draw. I don't see any way for black to win now. It's just a simple draw. Very simple draw. So now we can go back and analyze the game with engine and see where both of them like kind of made mistakes, so that we learn. Yeah, so they are just repeating moves, so it's a simple draw. And now we'll have fun. Now I'll keep the engine and we'll go through it again. So let's go from the beginning. So it was a Nimzo Indian variation. E3, okay, bishop d2. Indian grandmaster actually Sandipan Chanda. He is one of the very creative players of India. He started this trend of bishop d2, and nowadays it's one of the most popular variations. So d5, knight f3, b6. Anish is going to tweet about this. Very likely, yeah. Hi Venkata, how are you doing? Hi. So b6, cd, ed, bishop d3, bishop a6. Okay, takes, queen a4. It's a very standard line, so I wouldn't really comment so much on it. Like when I look at this position first, it looks like this pawn is weak. It's isolated pawn, but black has activity because he'll bring his rook to the center. Knight is coming to e4, so he has some compensation in return. Bishop c3, knight f e4, a3 to defend the pawn. Rook c8, rook d1, knight a4. Okay, so black tried to solve his problems very fast. He's giving this pawn to get this pawn in return, which is of course a great trade. So takes, queen a3. And I think somewhere along here we started to see the game. c4, rook d8. Yeah, so our conclusion was that black is better. And now I don't know where he went wrong. So let's find out. See, if you question this, there's some curiosity and like your mind is very alert, and there's some, what to say, mystery, no, not some fun in not knowing the things completely. So g6, g3, rook c8, rook b1, queen, bishop g7, knight b5. Okay, I think around here was the time we started looking at this. So queen b3, attacking the pawn, bishop d4. And now rook d1, I see that computer suggests rook d1. Rook d1 to pin this. So it was actually the best move in this position in a way. Queen c6 to get out of the pin. Rook d4 and rook a8. And to push this pawn. Okay, black is still better because of the passed pawn. Like it has no competition right now. And okay, it's black is better but not so much. But he decided to go in this end game. It's interesting to see that my engine suggests that you should put the rook here and then push the pawn rather than like going a4 directly. But anyways, it wouldn't matter because in the game that's what happened. The rook came back to a1. g4, a3, g5, king f8, rook a7, king e8, king h2. Yeah, actually it's probably just a draw. There is no way to improve the black's position, because if you put pawn on a2 as we analyzed, there is the king can never come here and hide on a2. So it was just a draw. It's probably endgame theoretical draw, sorry. So good game actually. Decent game. Caruana got worse, but then he defended well. I hope it's okay, guys. Like, I know it's a bit of change for you to go a little bit more in detail, and I hope you don't mind that. Sorry if it's too in depth. Okay, right now this is the position between Artemiev and Nepo. Okay, the material is equal. and the queens are about to get exchanged. I have a feeling this should end in a draw. Just exchange queens, yeah, and then go knight c8 maybe to attack both the pawns at the same time. Sup Changasi dost, how are you? I'm doing very well. Very like short of time actually in the day, and there is a. I think there's a feeling that after the lockdown, I have been working much more than what I would work during lockdown. So it's a welcome change actually for me. I love being home and more time to do things which you actually want to do. So that's great. Fun idea. Guess moves, then there should be Vidit accuracy score. That's a very fun idea, Yash. I don't know how I can implement it, but it's a very cool idea. I was thinking something along that line, but I couldn't find a plugin to put it in YouTube and manage that. It's definitely my idea. Okay, this game is going to end in draw. Black will take this pawn, and okay, it's just a draw. All the pawns are exchanged. Dinner with you has become a routine now. Hey Shivansh, I hope you are having fun. Thank you, thank you. Sushil ji, I just usually, I already have many mods here, but I know some of them since my journey from Twitch and many times. So uh, it's also a very hectic job actually to be a moderator, because you have to like constantly keep a watch on the chat. Sometimes it even spoils the experience. So uh, I hope it's okay if I just like whenever I need to add mods, I'll definitely make the regulars the mods for sure. No worries about that. Hey Annie, thank you. Good to see you again today. Okay, so both of the games ended in draws, and there's a lot of time for the next game. So abhi baate karte hain. Now we can chill, relax, let's have fun. So if you have any fun questions, let me know. स्ट्रीम नहीं एंजॉय कर पाते राइट बिकॉज आई अंडरस्टैंड द पेन ऑफ समटाइम्स बीइंग अ मॉडरेटर इज समय स्ट्रीमिंग राइट नाउ it is in depth what we are here for. No one better than you to give insights to the things we can't see otherwise. Lots of love with it. Thank you, Safwan. That's exactly what I wanted to do. That's exactly what I wanted to convey today. I hope it's okay. To like other people who are more used to me being like a casual doing casual analysis. But today I thought, okay, let's mix and match, right? Let's mix and match. Hey VD, I've heard there are many good restaurants in Nashik. Which is your favorite? Oh, that's an interesting question. Actually, I mean, of all the places, um, I mean, food wise, I don't think I've seen something which is like exceptional or like top notch, or like something I would recommend with my eyes closed. But do like certain places to hang out, and I think one of the places in Nasik is it's a Friends cafe which has a theme of the show of Friends. Yeah, like Friends is playing in the background TV, and there is a foosball table. I mean, that's pretty cool. I like it. That's something unique. So I kind of many times hang out there or like catch a bite and catch up with my friends there. So that's one of the place. I don't play CS:GO. I don't play CS:GO, and it's Vidit 94 my handle. Who is your favorite Indian comedian? Of course, I'll have to say Samay right now. I mean, he's the like I got to know many of the comedians due to him, but like in interactions wise, I mean, he's the one I speak to the most right now. So closest I would say him. And don't put me in a spot, Annie. I know what you're trying to do. You're putting me in a spot. You and your mom started playing chess every evening. Array, that's so cool, Ravi. You can even post a photo of that on Instagram. Would love to see such stuff. Oops. How did this happen? How did it get closed? Probably due to some mistake of mine. Which is your favorite Maharashtrian food? Maharashtrian food. Probably Puran Poli. Of course, Puran Poli. I don't know if you guys have had it, but Puran Poli is lit. I can like I have some photos of mine where I was eating Puran Poli and it was I was literally stuffing it and I was like so chubby in my childhood. So that photo kind of always reminds me of Puran Poli. There is time until the next game, so now we can chill and relax. That's I feel it could be the right balance. Johan, I mean, as I said, you have to think about it for yourself. What do you think is going wrong? Why you're stuck at 1400? You have to introspect. And if you are looking at your games, what are the kind of mistakes you're making all the time? It could be that you're tactically good, so solving positions only will not help. But you could be going wrong in time pressure. So you're playing too slow, for example. So, for person to person, it differs. So you have to find out for your own what exactly is making you stuck. And only if you do that, you'll, improve. Like you have to do deliberate practice. That's what I mean. Herschel, the pretty much the engines are known. There are like Stockfish and Komodo, and there are like this new neural network engines which people use. So there's no like surprise element there. Weather gaming, I don't know what tournament. I really don't know what tournament you're referring to. Okay, so let's get back to the game. The games have started. So d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight f3, c5. Wow. Fabiano played c5. So now again, when we think about this, why has he played it? So it shows that he's desperately looking to complicate the game. If you play d5, it leads to Benoni. And the opening has a reputation of being dubious, but kind of tricky. And it's very interesting to see that Magnus kind of declined it. He played e3. He wants to play it safe today. It's good for Magnus if he draws. So very interesting to see the psychological choices in the opening. Black played d5, cd, ed, bishop b5. Now eventually white is going to capture on c5 and black is going to be left with an isolated pawn, which is like leads to some long-term problems because it's not easy to get rid of it. And Magnus will have like slight tiny edge positionally, which he'll keep on playing. That's his style actually. Bishop d7, takes, castles, knight c6, b3. I assume that cd is an option, or if you play bishop e7, then you take dc. As Fabi needs to win desperately. I don't know what the score is required, but he desperately needs to win. Pacify I have downloaded, man, but I'm just waiting for the other guys to give a signal, green signal, and it will happen soon. It will happen soon, but I don't know when. Like it's not in my hands. I suppose bishop b2 can be played, or there is also a move bishop a3 to exchange this active bishop. Actually, bishop a3 makes a lot of sense. Okay, we can just check with engine if bishop a3 is what he suggests. No, he likes bishop b2 more. Interesting. Oh, you became mod on Sagar stream. That's great, man, Sushil. That's great to know. Great to know. How do you manage your time? Is there any schedule? I have become more practical now in managing time. So many of the days I was like, doing things like playing Counter Strike. That was my break time, that I assume. But after that I realized, like, time is really precious and I cannot really waste it. So I'm trying to feed my brain with like a lot of positivity, like lot of content. Even if I'm consuming any content, I want it to improve my life, right? I want it to have an impact on my life in a positive way. I should learn something new. I just don't want to like, entertainment is great. I love entertainment, like, but I don't want to waste like 10 hours of my day on it, right? 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day, it's great, fantastic. I need that break for my mind, and that actually works. It, like, you get recharged. But most of the time, like, I'm trying to learn things. That's my new motivation nowadays. I want to learn things. How much is memory important in chess, Advait Singh? um I really don't know how much is it important, and there's no really a clear cut way to measure that. So mm, I think it plays a very minute role. Like, at least when you're starting, I don't think it plays a big role. It's a skill, of course, which you can use later on. But right now, I don't think it. If you're starting out, I don't think you should be concerned about it at all. Knight c3. Okay. So he wants to take on d5. Can you prevent that? Let's say you play queen to e6. Oh, there is a nice tactic, guys. There is a very nice tactic. So let's say if you play queen to e6, supporting the pawn, you want to play bishop to e5 next move, but white can take on d5. You cannot take with the knight because it's mate on g7. So queen takes d5, queen d5, knight d5, and now you bring rook to the center, and it's a pin. Oh, but it doesn't work, of course, for simple reasons. Like, black can also play rook d8, and if you take bishop h2 check, king h2, rook d5, and black is exchange up. Okay, so it doesn't really work. After queen e6, bishop e5, how do we stop it? Probably you can go knight b5. Like, this opens up your diagonal, and your bishop has to fall back to b8, and then you go rook c1, threatening knight to c7. And to me, this position looks like a great version actually for white. uh, was there any move played? Okay, rook f e8 was played in the game. Okay, what's the point? What if I take on d5 now? Okay, if I take on d5, black wants to play bishop h2, king h2, queen d5. This is the point. But this endgame is good for white for sure, undoubtedly, because bishop is much stronger than knight in endgames most of the time. I wonder what will be played after rook e8. Can someone become a very good player without learning openings and theory? Uh, of course, Ramandeep. I mean, if you're beginning, openings are not really the main part which you should be concerned about. But you should get the fundamentals of the game right. For example, you should know, like, if you just follow the general principles that in opening you develop the pieces, you castle, you bring your king to the safety, and then the main thing comes that you don't make mistakes which give away material, like you give away a knight or queen, bishop, whatever. Like, you don't give away free material. And once you have that basic fundamentals right, then you start adding openings and stuff. But at the beginning you don't really need it. That's my firm belief. But it's very interesting to people to learn openings because they can immediately apply it in the next game. So that's why it's fun for them. Yeah, you learn openings, you can immediately apply it. But the other stuff actually plays a much bigger role. I see freeze going on in the chat. Is everything okay? Oh, this is what happened in the game. what we predicted. So he did take on d5, takes on h2, queen d5, takes rook d1, rook d8, rook c1. So for Carlsen, it's a dream position. He has zero risk. He has zero risk. He can just like play for, it's a slight advantage and he can play forever. So we can put engine evaluation here right now just to check our assessment. So it shows 0.3. So our evaluation was right. f6 played. Probably the idea is to bring the king and yeah, just have a square for the king. My break time is your stream. Hey Spidey, thank you, man. It's so nice to hear that. So nice to hear that. Thank you, Drake. I think again I got confused with the currency. I really don't know what it is, but I trust it is some South Korean currency. I don't know what it is, but thank you. uh, do chess players trash talk to deviate attention? Rajat, of course, I mean, we have so many of the streams where we trash talk each other, right? When we are having fun banter. But during the games, of course, we are not allowed to talk. But I love this trash talk stuff. I mean, it's fun. Uh, or you mean the trash talk which happens on Twitter, which I don't do. Wait, what tweet is going on in the chat? Is something I've missed? Advait Kumar Singh ji, thank you so much. Exactly, I learned Ivan's Gambit and I saw immediate improvement in my game, but felt bad that I couldn't learn it on my own. Of course, we cannot learn it on ourselves, right, Ramandeep? Uh, it's actually better that you learn it from someone else because he has already mastered it. So it makes sense that you learn from some book, opening, or some person, anything. Uh, Openings you can study, like you can know the basics of the openings again, like the first starting few moves, so that you're not stuck. Like you don't have to think from the beginning, but don't go too much into detail in that. I think I still believe that if you solve, you learn more. Check Anish Giri's tweet. Okay, I have to have a look now. I mean, like, you guys made me curious. What did he tweet? Normal result. Looking forward to see what happens in the next games. I think it was a like Carlsen and Anish have some kind of a Twitter war going on right now regarding draws, because Anish made a draw yesterday and then Magnus tweeted about it, so they are having a Twitter banter following. I'll just ask Anish if he wants to join. It would be great, of course. Okay, all good, guys. I think I explained the controversy. So, like, Anish made a draw and then Magnus tweeted something sarcastic about it. And then Anish replied and then Magnus replied. And that's how it begins, right? Nobody wants to, like, stop it. And they both are, like, tweeting. I have, like, I don't want to give any opinion on it because it's their life. I mean, they are free to do whatever they want to. I think for viewers, it's fun to see some excitement, some entertainment. But yeah, I mean, I hope it's all jokes and everything are good, because if it's not below the belt, and if it's all what to say, in good humor, you can take, and if the jokes are in that way, it's all good for me. But if not, then top notch. Do you give priority to mental health? Of course, I pay attention to it. I wouldn't say that I'm too focused on it, but I do pay attention. And tomorrow we have a stream exactly on that. Morning 10:30 a.m. in India. We have that stream regarding mental toughness. Oh, Anish is outside right now. He can't come. He can't come. Rook d4 played. Of course, white wants to play rook d1, pin the knight. So what can black do? He, if he plays rook d7 to prepare like for rook d1, rook d8. I think the problem is that white can play e4, knight b6 to protect. You exchange the rooks, and rook c7, and you lose a pawn. So it's not really easy to come up with something after rook d4. Maybe you can. Actually, I'd really dislike black's position. How do you even defend this? How do you even defend this? Because rook d4 is a very nice move by Carlsen. Very good move. Very good move. I really have no idea how to play with black. Probably it could be okay. Time stuck. Okay, I think he played knight e7. Look at the time difference. 14 minutes against 9 shows whose position is better indirectly. Rook c7, knight f5. So if you exchange the rooks, the problem seems to be that you take on b7, then black will bring the rook to d2, attack the bishop and attack the pawn on f2. And probably it gives some counterplay. So after knight f5, white can play rook f4 maybe to attack the knight, or what can he do? I'm not sure. Oh yes, tomorrow is Anish's birthday. Oh yes, that's right. Ramandeep ji, thanks man. I was losing interest in playing chess because it felt that there was too much to learn. I'll continue by solving tactics instead and learn basic openings on the side. Sure, Ramandeep. I mean, it's very important to do things what you enjoy doing. If you're not doing that, then of course you will lose interest. So let's say if you enjoy playing, do that more. Like spend more time doing that. And or if you enjoy learning openings, then keep doing that. Actually, that's not a problem at all. So it's very subjective what you like. For some people, learning openings is a tedious task because you have to go through it. Like it could be like a tedious task. It could be that. But I think what I've noticed is whenever you're trying to learn something new, at the beginning you have a lot of interest, but over a period of time it like softens. So for that I would recommend that try to learn something new. Let's say if you see some game of chess which you have never seen before, that would again rekindle your interest. So you can do that. Okay, was there any update guys in the game? Okay, knight f5 and Carlsen is thinking. It's not really easy to come up with something. So rook f4 and rook d8. It's all about calculation. Or you can even play rook d7. Even that's a move. So, but then he'll take and play rook c8 to bring rook to c2. Actually, it's a position to think about. Let's imagine that we are white and we are in Carlsen's shoes. What's the best move to play? Let's think about this. What's the best move? Can you play rook g4, rook f4, rook d8? I think the most obvious way to calculate is, okay, let's take on d8. And if you take on b7, let's play rook d2. Like you go with the most straightforward moves. And if you move the bishop, I see that you can take on f2 and a2. So this doesn't seem right. And if you play e4 trying to attack the knight, black can still go rook d2. Oh no. Then you have bishop c1. Okay. Bishop c1 because rook and knight are both attacked now. So after e4, black has to probably play knight d6. Safeguard the knight. Or you can play knight h6. Okay, this is definitely an option to consider for white. The other option is, let's say, rook f4. And now black will play rook d2, attack the bishop in return. You can go bishop f6. Okay, this also looks very good to me. Very good for white. Rook f4. And the last option seems to me rook d7. I'm very curious what Carlsen will end up doing. He played rook g4. He went for the last option. So now bishop f6 is a threat. This is pin. Black played h5, rook g6. If king comes to h7, rook f6 will be played because of the pin. Wait, is Caruana already lost in this position? Wait, is he lost? That would be a big surprise if he's already lost. Really no idea. Rajat, Twitter trash talk including pointing out opponent mistake pain points so that he can't even though deeply have respect. Yes, there are some people who don't like to publicly fight, right? And there are some people who get a rush from it, kind of motivates them further. But I think overall, people enjoy it. I mean, if players do or not, I don't know. But people definitely enjoy watching this Twitter fight or some banter or like just some controversy. People get fun. Like it's interesting for them. So it definitely attracts more eyeballs. Okay, I'll show the evaluation for now. Yeah, it's white is completely better as we saw, as we analyzed, is completely better. Thank you, Anamika Mishra. I think for me it would be Fischer because he went against the entire Russian army. I mean, like army of chess players. So it was a big thing. Thank you, Rohit. Oh, thank you, Pawan ji. Actually, I haven't spent some time, and it would be a lot of fun to look at the games from the computer chess championship because they are played at such high level. It would be epic to watch them. Congrats for 40K. Thank you. Ouch, my head hurts. I'm curious if Rook G4 was the best move in this position. So Engine says that F6 was a bad move actually. F6 was a poor move which Caruana played. He should have gone knight b4, attacking the pawn on a2. That was his best bet. So you exchange rooks, and after rook c7 you take on a2, rook b7, play a5, or like you could play a6, something like this. But after f6, rook d4, Carlsen played the best move, threatening rook d1, and already it's a very tough position. Knight e7 wasn't good at all. Rook c7, knight f5. Yeah, Engine actually prefers our analysis, at least what I suggested. Rook d8, rook d8, e4. He gives this as best move. And now, if I had seen this with Engine on, I wouldn't feel so happy. But after finding it on my own, and then I see that Engine approves it, I feel good because I feel that my analysis was good, my calculation was good. I got a check on it, right? So rook g4, h5, rook g6. This is also good. It's not bad. Carlsen is still clearly better. Rook e8 played bishop f6, rook e6, pinning this. And right now, I mean, white he can't really move the bishop, but he can give away the rook. Like you takes, rook g7, king f8, and then you move the bishop. So you won 2 pawns for an exchange, but you're attacking this, and you could play rook g5, rook h5, and stuff like this. But after rook e6, there's also another move, e4, a very strong move, counter attack, attacking the knight on f5. And probably after this, it's just lost. Because if you move the rook, bishop g7, and if you capture everything, white is just a pawn up. So if Carlsen plays e4, he's 101% going to win the game. Let's see if he did it. Let's see if Carlsen played e4. He did, of course. So he's going to win. Hey Deepa, So nice to see you again. Every day you join and it's so nice to see you. Thank you so much. Congratulations for 40k. Thank you, thank you. It's very nice of you to always support the channel. Great. Thank you so much. E4, rook e4. I think white can just go bishop g7 now and it's just resignable position. Yeah, it's just look at white's pieces. Rook on 7th rank. This rook attacking the king. Or you could even play like, rook g5 or something, attacking the knight. So there are many ways to win this. Carlsen winning again, yeah. I can leave the evaluation bar open because we know that it's winning for white now. He can play bishop g7 or rook g5. Doesn't really matter. Both are winning. So how do players qualify for tournaments like Chessable? Nanda Kishore, that's a very good question because one of the things I feel is that there is no clear-cut way for tournament qualifications. It's basically invitation, so it's very personal. So many of the people will invite, like tournaments will invite, if you're either in like top 5 or something, if you have a very high rating, or it's a personal choice. Like you want to invite the players who you feel. It's very personal. You can invite for any reasons you want. So it's very closed event. There's no like qualifying path because it's privately organized. It's not an official event. So it's privately organized. So it's up to the organizers how they invite. So there's no qualification process. But I think for official events, there are qualification processes. Did Rahul Dravid know about Nashik when you talked, Rohit? I really don't know, man. I really don't know. Viraj, arey, don't worry, man. Mistakes happen all the time. Kicking myself even after many days. So best thing is you just learn from the mistakes. I mean, what else can you do, right? Even I in Prague tournament, I was so close to winning it, and I lost the game. Like I lost 2 games, something like that, and it was a big blow. I was so close to winning, and the tournament was in my hands. Like 100 out of 99 out of 100 times I would do it with my eyes closed, and I lost that. So it was very painful for me at that moment. But you just have to learn from the mistakes. There's no other way. In long run, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, Viraj. So did Carlsen make a move, by the way, after rook e4? He played rook g5, of course. I'm curious why bishop g7 was not played. This also seems to win. Anyways, rook g5. Now rook f5 and bishop g7 both are threats. Guys, do you want to see Carlsen's game because he's winning? Or do you want to see a game of Nepo Miniachi? Let me know. Let me know. Vishal, very happy to see Super Jim explain things. Please add Google Play like other YouTubers so we can support you more. It's convenient for us. Okay, sure, Vishal, I'll do it. Just the thing is, when you like GPay, you cannot I'll not get notification, but I can just have like my phone here and I can read out any messages you're sending. So I'll definitely add that if you want me to. Thank you. Call Samay, OP or Sagar Shah. I think they're both busy streaming. They have their own things to do. Carlsen? Okay. Most of the things I see is Carlsen. So let's stick to this game. And then if Carlsen wins, which is most likely now, we'll move to the Nepo Miniachi game. Jitendra Chaturvedi. My age is 28. Currently, I don't have any FIDE rating, but before lockdown, I had beaten approx 1600 players. Should I continue? Because I also have some other responsibilities. Jitendra ji, I mean, it depends on your aim. It depends on what is your aim, right? Like if you want to pursue it as an hobby, you can definitely go ahead. There's nothing wrong. But if you want to do it full time, I wouldn't advise it because it's very hard to the graph. It's very hard to improve with having responsibilities of other things. But if it's a hobby, you can just like whatever free time you get, you can play if you enjoy it. No worries about that. Rook e8. So black wants to play rook e1 I mean, wants to play is like rook e1 is a mate threat. Now white has a very strong move. Just bring back the bishop to c3, control the e1 square, and now the knight on f5 is hanging. So it's just lost. Probably GG time, kind of. I think Magnus will make this move. Probably he's considering also f3, so that you can have the king come to f2. Both the options seem okay. Thank you, Ramandeep. I'll definitely. It's a good feedback. I'll keep in mind. Thank you so much. I'll do both. I'll have a balance of it, and it should be okay. But good to know the feedback which you are giving. Hmm. Kumar Ayush. Thank you, Kumar. Thank you. He played g3. Now rook g4 has to be played to attack the rook. Okay, rook f5, gf6. Now you can take like either h5 or f6. I don't know which one. Maybe h5. No, f6. Rook f6. But I don't like this move g3. I don't like this move at all. Because let's say you get this position, rook g7, and you exchange this rooks, let's say. I mean, white is a pawn up, yeah? He has an extra pawn here. But it's not easy win. Whereas here, if white would have played bishop c3, there's absolutely no move for black. He has to play rook f8, then you take on g7 with the rook, for example. And king has only one square, h8, rook g4 check, giving a discovered check, and it's just lost. So bishop c3 was definitely a missed chance. Definitely a missed chance. Okay, anyways, let's get back to the game. What happened after g3? So after gf6, he played rook b7, h4, and now rook f4. He wants to exchange the active rook. Takes. White is a pawn up. This pawn will also probably fall. Yeah, okay, this is also winning for white. I was too harsh. I think it's also winning for white. I feel so weird today. Like before like 1 month or 2 months, this is how I would analyze a game. But I've really not done this in a long time. Like spoken about chess for hours. It feels really funny to me right now. Because I got so used to talking about other stuff that I kind of lost touch with like my chess self in a way. I like both sides, you cannot be always too serious, and you should have a balance. It's so weird. Okay, rook 8 is a bad move, clearly a bad move. I mean, you cannot put the rook so passive in endgame. You're pawn down and you put the rook so passively, just defending pawn. Like the rook is not doing anything. Now white can just like march his king up, collect the pawns or something. It's just lost. So I think there's no doubt that Magnus is going to win this game now. There's no doubt at all. Hi Vidit, what do you do after losing a game? I mean, I cannot tell you what do I do. Because I get so angry. I get so angry. You have no idea how angry I get at myself when I lose a winning game or something. After I lose a game for 15 to 20 minutes, probably no one should talk to me at all. Uh, I get really pissed. And once I go to my hotel room, I just like to remove my frustration. So sometimes I even throw things in the room in anger. But it's sometimes, yeah, not like all the time. I'm telling you the most extreme cases. but then you have to come back to your senses. It just shows that actually how fragile even I am, right? Like, I don't have like a completely perfect way of handling things at all. Okay, sorry, I got some lot of messages and I had to see what's happening. Rook d5. Okay, it's just winning. Like, you have two extra pawns. You don't have to do something. You can just go f5, f4, and bring the king, or you just push this pawn. It's funny that in both the games there is rook endgame, but this one is just lost. In modern chess, everything is so positional. Shivam Singh, you know Shivam, why it's positional? Because engines have really elevated the level of defense. Like previously, we used to think that there are very limited resources, but due to use of engine we realized that okay, in chess there are many defensive possibilities, right? So that's why I think people's game has been upgraded, kind of. That's what I feel. But there are many people even now, for example Adiban, if you know, Indian guy, but still he has Indian chess player, but of course he has great attacking style, and he takes a lot of risks. So he's one of the 2600 plus grandmasters who does that, and there are many uh, really like flashy style. Like few years ago, Richard Rappo used to play like some things like that. Also, Firuja, for example, he takes a lot of risk. He plays very aggressive chess, so it's definitely not out of style. Even I threw some stuff after Prague Festival. Venue. क्या बोल दिया? Thank you for all the streams. Thank you, Priyank. So sweet. Thank you so much. Yeah, okay. This position is just lost. I don't know why Fab is even playing. Probably just out of inertia. He'll just play King G8 or something. But with two extra pawns, it's just a piece of cake to win this. Maybe he can just bring his king over, or he can play f4 and bring the king to g6. Yeah, he played f4. King h. Now just bring the king to h5, g6. Let's say, like for example, king h5. If you take king g6, rook f4, and now the b pawn is free to move, yeah, because the rook is diverted. So if you play rook f4, rook c7, b7, and it resigns, completely resigns. Please invite Nakamura to your stream. He's streaming a lot himself, man. He streams like 5 hours a day or something. He's a full time streamer. I don't think he has time to come here. Yes, yes. I love the fun stuff, Ramandeep. I love the fun stuff. So that's why I do this bug house. That's such a stress buster for me. I love it. So I'll keep a balance. I have to keep the balance. That's the most important. Uh, even it's even better than watching football. Thank you so much, Ramandeep. Yeah, he resigned. Caruana resigned, guys. So okay, let's have a quick look at the game of Nepo. What's happening? By the way, would you like me to stream more or like today, or it's better to call it a day? Like two games are already over. In this position, when I first looked at it, it looked like white is better because sorry, black is better because of this pin. But the more I look at it, I don't. It's very complicated. There's no right answer to me. At the, I mean, currently I don't see a answer. Hey, thank you, Prajwal. I'm not sure though because I feel very weird. I feel very conscious today. Premier League has resumed, but I still prefer watching a live analysis stream when my favorite team is playing. Array, thank you, thank you. What is your favorite team though? Tell me it's Liverpool. Probably everybody's like in India, most of the people are fan of Manchester United. I mean, I don't know why. Probably it's like a legacy thing. You associate with a club. Most of the people are fan of Manchester United. I mean, at least in the friends I know, MUFC, it's always like that. Mm. Liverpool, of course, is killing it right now. I watched a documentary of Manchester City once on Amazon, I think. It was pretty good, and I started to like the team, but I heard that they got banned even. Manchester City got banned due to some financial things they did not disclose, and the federation banned them or something like this. I heard, which was very kind of like pity because I was starting to like Manchester City. Thank you, Narayan. Thank you so much. So sweet of you to have that. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get back to the push. I don't know what it is. Of course, Real Madrid, many people like. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Many people like Real Madrid. Okay, anyways, Bishop A7 played. How do you like this pin is very annoying. I would want to get rid of it, but I don't know how exactly. Okay, so I'll just close the engine because it makes me think more now. Mm, what is black's threat? Okay, okay. Probably ED5 is not such a bad move. Just take the pawn. Because if you move the queen, this bishop is hanging. Oh, okay, but there is queen c7. Okay, this is the point of... Okay, ED5 is a bad move, guys. Sorry. Because there's very nice move queen c7. Intermediate. So if you take the queen and if you take it back, then of course I can play knight e3 to block this. But there's an intermediate move. Of course, you give check first. And when you take rook c7 and black is an exchange up. So this is the threat. Okay, now we have identified the threat. Now we see how we can stop it. So probably bishop e3 is a move. You want to provoke d4 so that this diagonal is closed, and then you move the bishop to g5, or you can move the bishop to d2, something like this. Okay, let's see what will happen in the game. Oh, this is what happened. Oh, this is what happened in the game. They followed our analysis. Manchester United fan since 2002, man. I told you, it's kind of a legacy thing. Many people are Manchester United fan. मेरी स्ट्रीम पे विदित रेड क्यों चल रहा है? I have no idea. Rook b8 played. Okay, so if you take on a6, black probably wants to play rook b1, attacking the knight. Okay, this is the point of it. But I'm not so sure. Like, you can bring the queen back, defend the knight. Not so sure what is the best way. Bishop g5. Rook b8. You can also play queen f7, for example. But I think queen a6 makes a lot of sense. It's very tactical. So if I had put an engine, we would immediately get evaluation, right? But right now I'm myself confused. Who is winning and why? Okay, queen a6 played. Okay, that's what happened in the game. So rook b1 maybe. Attack the knight. And then queen will come back to d3. I'm an 1100 player. How do I get better, Srinivas? Okay, I mean, I've answered this many times, but like, how I don't know how many tactics you solve. Like, it's so important. It builds such a solid foundation if you solve a lot of tactics, and there's no easy way to get around it. But you should solve a lot of it because it will make you much sharper, much sharper. So I think that's the one way, and do more things of which you like. Let's say if you like to play games, do that, but analyze them, like learn from them. And if you get some tactic wrong, think what went wrong, like why you didn't see it. So it's very important to introspect when it comes to like improving. Okay, probably this is going to be the last game I analyze for the night. So after this, maybe after this game is over, I'll call it a night. Could be. Let's see. Rook b1 played, okay, as we predicted. But I don't see what's wrong in bringing the queen back to defend this. Probably, if you go queen d3, black will just move the rook, and then try to get his queen somewhere to attack the knight, or bring it to c3 to remove the defense. When I look at the position now, I feel like black is the one who is having the initiative, clearly. Yeah, I'll do a puzzle rush in the end and finish the stream. That's what I'll do. Done. Done, guys. Done, done, done. I missed the stream tonight. Excited for Title Tuesday already. Are Devinji. Devinji, I always call him Devinji and he doesn't like it. Definitely, man. Title Tuesday is a regular thing. But yeah, let's see what will happen. Of course, Tuk Tuk hoga, guys. In the last, there will be Tuk Tuk. So Rook f1 was probably played in the game, if I understand correctly. Okay, Rook f1, Knight h5, Knight f2. So you have to exchange the rook, then King f1 maybe. Okay, probably d3 to have this queen open. Sorry, not this one. Oh, okay, even not that one. Yeah, to get this queen to g1. So the game is heating up, like 16 seconds against 2 minutes 25 seconds. Now it's going to get a lot of fun. It will be a lot of fun now suddenly. So do you take on d3, knight d3? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? So if you take knight d3, there is queen g1 check, king e2, queen g2 check, king goes back, another check, king goes to c2, and it's okay. So many checks. I have no idea what's happening. Okay, let's see. You will find many Liverpool and City fans if they started streaming. They started watching football recently. Most people who started watching 95 2000 will be Man U fans. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Liverpool fans, of course, because like this, they have this Salah who is like great. Mane, also awesome. And like they have this trio, yeah. Their forwards are like the best forwards right now, like the best combination of forwards. I think Firmino is the other one. Oh, bishop e3. That is such a sweet move. Because if you take the bishop, queen c8 is mate. Oh, I missed bishop e3. Probably Artemiev also missed it. Now queen c2 makes sense. Because let's say if you take, there's queen e2 check, king g1, queen e1 mate. So it's getting it's heating up. So after queen c2, what's the point? Probably queen d3. Like white will give the bishop, but take so many pawns and try to queen. Very exciting, very exciting. At least for a chess player, for me, it seems very exciting. Oh, he just played g3, having a square to the king. Bishop e3 was played, queen a8 checkmate. Wow. He just resigned. That was very sweet by Nepo. If you look at this, in this position, he played this move bishop e3. Very, very cool move. Queen c3. Okay, the idea is to give a mate on a1 and then just g3, having a square for the king. So yeah, bishop e3, queen 8 check. It's a back rank mate, and Artemiev resigned. Wow, good game, good game. I somehow missed bishop e3. It was a good move. Thank you, Nikunj. Thank you, Advait. Thank you so much. Thank you, Aman, Abhishek. How to improve your visualization and vision? I'm not able to calculate beyond 3-4 levels deep. Advait, it's very simple. Like, you know, if you're watching the game, like, of course, it helps with practice that you improve the game. But for visualization, if you have a book, chess book, try to go over the game without actually moving the pieces. So you just read the book and it helps for visualization and vision, because you're playing through the game in your mind, right? So it will help. Or even if you have a chessboard with the moves, you just see the game, you just read the notation and visualize it. Okay, let's do puzzles now, probably, and then I'll end the stream. Let's do one tuck tuck. One tuck tuck OP. Let's see. मजा आएगा. It says sign up. Um, mm, let's do one puzzle rush. One or what? Two, three puzzle rush. Let's see. And I also put some music instead of having tuck tuck. Okay. Puzzle rush there. Puzzle rush scorecards there. Awesome. Ready. Let's have some music. Okay. You don't want music? Why you guys say no music? I don't understand. Okay, fine. I'll remove the music. Only tuck tuck. Thanks Abhishek. Thank you so much. Oh, Ramandeep. Okay, that's the point. I think you seem to be a big football fan. I think many people in India are big football fans. You're one of those, I feel. That's what I feel. Narayan, I mean, I have some friends from childhood, from my school. They are my best friends. Okay, let's start. Let's start. Checkmate. Rook g2 mate. Knight f7 takes the queen. Queen h2 mate. Check, mate. Knight e4 takes. Queen f8 mate. d4 tc. Queen g3 checkmate. Bishop f7. Queen e4. Rook h8 takes. Rook b8. Queen takes. Queen d1. Queen g4. Knight h6, rook f7, rook g7, rook h8, rook g7, checkmate. Queen c8, bishop e8 takes mate. Rook h7, g4, rook g7, knight c2 takes. Bishop g2, queen f2, queen h2, bishop d5 takes. Queen h4 takes, queen h1, g1, knight f1, mate, knight d6, knight e8 check, queen h6, queen g6, rook g1, king f5, okay, g6, what check, rook h5, rook d5 mate, checkmate, check, takes, rook h1, knight f2, knight d3, queen c4 takes, knight d1, let's play knight a4, trap the knight, takes, queen a4, queen a6, bishop d5, okay, let's take, rook b6, knight g4, h4, knight f6, knight g8, okay, mate, knight d4, knight f3 mate, check, bishop g4 traps the queen, rook c5, rook f7 takes, h3, okay, let's play oh no, h4, rook b5, queen b5, rook e1 takes, rook a1, king g5 played, okay, queen g3 check, h6 check, queen g4, knight a5, okay, let's get check, okay, rook e6, rook c3, okay, let's take this, rook b8 take, oh no, rook d8, that was simple, ab, oh no, too slow. Okay, I have to increase my speed. I have to increase my speed. Thank you, Delroy. Arey, Narayan, actually I feel like I was slower. I should be faster than this. I should be faster than this. Okay, I'll do one more. I'll do one more. Oh, the volume, yeah? Okay, I'll increase the volume. Let's go. Check takes. Queen e8. Exchange queens. Queen f2 mate. Bishop e5. Bishop e6. g5. Queen c5. Queen c4. Knight h3. Knight f2. Bishop d4. Queen b5. Takes. Rook d7. Bishop h3. Check. 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 Queens. Knight f3. Queen e7. Bishop g4. Check. Mate. Rook g6. Mate. Rook b8. Queen d8. Oh no, mouse slip. Oh, my mouse slipped. Ah, I'm so pissed. Exchange the rooks. Where's this pawn going? Queen g5. Queen d8. Oh man, again I'm pre-moved. That was so stupid. That was so stupid. I pre-moved. Okay. I have to collect myself and play reasonably for once. What is this move? Check, takes, knight h5. Bishop e3, rook b1, takes, queen e3. Knight g8, knight f5, queen c5. Bishop c6. Oh man, that was so pathetic. Okay, I have to go again. 25 is just pathetic. Pathetic. Okay. Queen 8. Rook d1, rook f1. Takes. Rook c1, rook h1. Takes this. Queen a5, queen b5. Bishop b2, takes. 96, takes. Queen f7. Queen f4, queen d2. Takes d7. Bishop b8. Queen b3 takes. Queen d4 takes. Bishop d5. Bishop c5. Oh, okay. Bishop d4 takes. Queen h4. Queen a4. Queen d4 takes. Bishop g2 takes. Rook d1. Rook d3. What is this position? Check, checkmate. Bishop c. Oh no, it's too fast there for some reason. Rook d6, rook d2. Bishop f7 takes. Knight d5 takes. King d2. f4. Check, check. Bishop f3 takes this. Knight d4. Queen bishop b5. Queen d4. Knight f. Oh, rook f3. Rook f3. Ugh. That was simple. Takes this. Rook f1. Queen h2. Queen h1. h5. Queen h1. Check. f5. Queen e4. e7 takes. Bishop e6. Bishop g4. Bishop f4 takes. My internet disconnected in between. I don't know why it disconnected, and I lost a lot of time in that. BSNL OP, BSNL, of course, giving me a lot of support, but it's okay. It's okay. Are you going to play title Leeches Arena today. I'm not sure. It's Bullet, and I don't really feel like. Okay, okay. One more. I don't want to lose because of bad internet. Okay, let's go one more. Let's aim for the best. I don't know why there is this bar. Like there's some bug. Okay, I cannot play with this. Okay, wait. I have to remove that. I'll do a refresh. I'll quit this, and I'll do a new match. New 3 minutes. Okay, let's go. Last one. Last one. Last one. Takes. Oh, what? What? That was so stupid. Let's go for speed. Oh man. Not going so well. Not going so well. What a stupid puzzle. Really stupid. Some of the puzzles are really stupid. Okay. Oh. Oof. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 52. Faster, faster, faster. I've got to be faster. Oh man, 40. Okay, at least 40. I mean, could have been better, but okay, 40 is okay. Probably a good note to end the stream on. Uh, of course, a bit rusty. It could a bit rusty for sure, but 40 is not so bad. Like if I hadn't made the 3 mistakes earlier, at least the 2 ones, that's the problem. I could have played faster in the beginning. Do you remember Howard sir? Of course, Rushabh. Of course, I remember him fondly. I have so many memories associated with him. Of course, I remember him. Okay, guys, chalo. I'll call it a night. 9:30 ho gaye. And tomorrow we'll be back, and probably I'll release a video tomorrow or day after tomorrow. But first things first, tomorrow morning there is a mental training session at 10:30. If you guys are interested, you can watch it. See you guys. Good night, good night, good night. Thank you so much for joining in. Good night. Bye bye. Take care. अच्छा Do you guys want to? Sorry, I came back. Do you guys want to do a raid? Who is online? Let's do a raid. Is Gamer Fleet online? Who is playing chess? Let's raid some chess channel. Yeah, I kind of like did dhoka. Some people might have left, but sorry about that. I just forgot that we can do a raid. Who is raiding? Who is streaming now? Who is streaming chess? Okay, nobody's streaming chess.
Kira.
I don't know if it's a respectable channel. I mean, we can of course raid him, but I don't know if it's a respectable source. If you guys say so, I mean, is it respectable? Chess 24? Okay, let's do that. Okay, let's rate chess 24. Okay, I'll paste the link.
Yeah, very much so. But
I mean, I
instead
think
of bishop a6, he
you
played
might
bishop
want
d7,
to-
which I think is played with the intention
Okay, let's
of
rate
having
chess
rook c8
24.
as an option
And
available
be
to him.
respectful, guys.
You
just
still
like,
need to have the answer to knight
can
e2,
just,
though. I'm not entirely sure what the plan.
you
The
can
plan
just.
here
I mean,
is.
I don't know. I feel very uncomfortable doing this raid
We'll need to
because it's.
figure that out.
Queen b6.
I don't think they will watch it. So
Yeah, maybe
I'll
just
just
queen b6.
redirect
But, I
you
mean,
there.
how happy are we with this endgame? Is my question.
I'll just redirect you there. I really don't feel like raiding like a professional chess stream. But I'll redirect. Like, if you want to continue watching the tournament, you can raid there. But I really don't want to show it and go there and raid. I think it's doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Okay, guys. Good night. Good night. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye. I'm ending the stream for sure now. I'm ending the stream for sure. Sorry.
Question here.
Bishop takes b5. Just follow that, Peter.
You want to take on
Bishop
b6
b5?
and
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe takes, and.
At the same time, we have a lift-off in the other match as well. 1b3. Erwin, your thoughts on this opening choice by Artemiev?
I won some fantasy points. I'm very happy.
I think I'm losing some. I was just thinking it was in the fantasy contest, and I think I said there will be no 1b3. I'm so regretting it.